What's going on? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today we're looking at the Valentine's Day update for GTA Online. Now for this one, Rockstar's actually making it last until February 18th, and I mean they're just giving out a bunch of free things. They also do have a little bit of information about what's coming out next week, which we'll touch on near the end of the video. So first, with the podium vehicle, we have the Inverto Coquette D1, and then the private vehicle is the Ubermacht Reinhardt. Over at Simeon's, we have the Class A Tornado Rat Rod, the Dinko Enduro, the Lampadati Michele GT, the Western Rat Bike, and the Hijack Rustin. Luxury Autos has the Benefactor Volschlag Hammer and also the Ubermacht Sentinel GTS. For the new content this week, Rockstar introduced the Deadline Duet mode, which of course is just a variation of, the original Deadline mode. I'm glad that Rockstar is of course updating the game with at least some type of new content every week, even if it's not nothing too crazy. And it's also pretty good to see them having different variations of older content that Rockstar has had in the past. Even if it's nothing too crazy or if it's anything that's, that much of a difference, it's still great to have for sure in the game. There's also a new random event that Rockstar put in, which is called the Valentine's Cheater. So basically around the map, there's going to be certain locations that a guy that's tied up to a pole or something is basically trying to talk to you, and you are able to hear a bunch of dialogue and all of that. And eventually you can choose if you want to tie him or if you want to rob him. So it's actually better in this case to actually untie him, because you get $25,000 GTA money and 1,000 RP. But if you end up robbing him, then you pretty much get 5,000 and 1,000 RP. So this is kind of similar to an event that Rockstar had in story mode. They're just putting it in online now. I will leave a link in the description to all the locations that you can find this random event. It's gonna be here for like about a week. This is somewhat interesting. It's just another free roam thing that Rockstar just threw in, if we could check it out. And of course, with the addition of the odd jobs, and in a way it's somewhat similar with the free roam events, which of course are not going to really pay that well. Even with a bonus, it'll probably have to be at least like triple or more to even make it like somewhat worth it to check out. But regardless though, that is pretty interesting. For the weekly challenge, if you win 2 adversary moves, you get $100,000. And then for the Valentine's Day event itself, if you log in, you get the Valentine's onesie. There is 4 times money on associates and bodyguard salaries, 3 times money and RP on the Deadline Duet. There's free champagne at all of the nightclubs, and also there's 50% off all the Valentine's Day clothing, so you can find those in shops and all that. There's not much, but there is something that you could definitely check out. For double money and RP, we have that on the short trips as well as the community race series. And then there's double money, RP, and research progress when it comes to the research missions at the bunker. There's double production on meth, and also 40% off the meth lab itself, and also the upgrades if you want to get those, which you definitely should. So not too bad for sure. It's not the best making money method for sure this week, especially when it comes to the motorcycle clubs, but it's all right. And then for vehicle discounts, we have the only Benefactor Volschlag Hammer, Emperor ETR1, the Gallivanter Baller STD, the HVY Vertier, the Nagasaki Weaponized Dinghy, the Karen Fudo GTX, the Overflot Odds Harch, the Fister Comet S2, Trafati Nero, Volker Warner HKR, Western Power Surge, and the Western Company Rogue. And for what's coming out next week, Rockstar is going to be celebrating the Lunar New Year, so they're going to be bringing back the Uniball that we had. I'm assuming they could be in different locations, so I'll probably make an updated video on that. There's also going to be a new Lunar New Year stunt race, and Rockstar so it does think there's going to be some more, so we'll have to see what it is. So that's going to be pretty interesting for sure. I'm glad Rockstar is giving a bit of an insight. So pretty basic week. Rockstar most likely is going to be introducing a few more things when it comes to later this month as well as next month. So we'll see how that goes. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to subscribe as well as put on post notifications, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.